Hi, I'm Buddy Broom, attorney and real estate investor in Southern California, and teach a personal finance class entitled Calculate Your Way to Financial Freedom. Now, in today's example, we have Dan looking to buy a home and wants to know how big of a home and a mortgage he's able to afford. So let's get started. We have Dan who's looking to buy a home, and Dan is trying to figure out how big of a mortgage he can afford. We also know that the terms of the situation are the mortgage he's been offered will be for 360 months, 30 years. The interest rate is 4.25% or 4.25%. We also know that Dan can pay monthly $1,500 a month. And then finally, this is an amortizing loan, which means at the end of 30 years, it'll be completely paid off. So you'll see in front of us, we have a tablet with an app on it. This app is the equivalent of this. This is a Hewlett-Packard 10bii financial calculator. The buttons on here match up almost exactly to the buttons on the calculator. And I find that this is an outstanding app that you can see really well. You can use it on your smartphone tablet, and it produces cash flow diagrams and reads the calculations as well, which is a great feature. So what we have here is we're going to be solving for how big of a mortgage we can get. Up here, you'll notice all the buttons. N is for number. In this situation, it's number of months. IYR is interest rate per year. PV is the present value. That'll be the value of the mortgage, how much the total size of the mortgage is. PMT, those are payments. That's how much Dan can pay every month. FV is future value. That's what the value of the mortgage is at the end of 30 years. So in this situation, like we said, the mortgage is 30 years, but we're going to keep it in months. So we put 30 years is the equivalent of 360 months, enter 360, and we press N. The interest rate, we know of this mortgage is 4.25 or 4.25, or 4.25, enter into the interest rate per year. The present value, we don't know. That's what we're solving for. So we're going to skip over that. The payments, we know that Dan can make monthly payments of $1,500. So that means put $1,500, and we're going to put negative here because the money is going to be leaving Dan's pocket. Dan will be paying $1,500 a month to keep the mortgage, to be able to keep the property, to keep the mortgage current. And then finally, this loan is fully amortizing, so that means at the end of 30 years, the value will be 0. So we're going to put FV, the future value, be 0. Now, once we know these four, we can solve for the fifth by simply pressing PV, and it comes up to $304,915.30. That means if Dan is offered a mortgage of 30 years at 4.25%, and he can make the most he can pay our monthly payments of $1,500. The largest mortgage that he can afford is $304,915.30. Once again, thank you very much for your time. If you want to learn more or contact me or find out about future classes, please visit my website, www.buddybroom.com, and please sign up for my newsletter. Thank you very much, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Bye-bye.